Hey folks, Alex with Bay Cities Construction here. Hey, I'm here at my office in Torrance. I want to share with you some footage on a job we're doing in Palos Verdes Estates. So it's a full house remodel. It's not an addition, but we're remodeling 2 bathrooms. We're adding a half a bathroom, remodeling the kitchen, and then removing a huge fireplace that divides the dining room and the living room. And it's going to be really cool. It's a open concept plan. The customers want to preserve the bones of the house, but bring it up to date. This house has not been remodeled since probably the early 60s when it was built. And we've got some progress pictures, we've got some time-lapse video to share, so check it out. The video is going to be cool. Like in any major construction project, the first step is demolition. In this project, we're going to strip out the bathrooms, we're going to remove the flooring. There's slate floors, there's parquet floors, and there's even some carpet. We're removing all of the flooring. We're removing all of the cabinetry in the kitchen and the vanities in the bathrooms. We're going to retile everything, put in new bathtubs. It's going to be pretty cool. There's also a huge fireplace, probably the largest that we've ever removed. This particular house has a fireplace and old school indoor barbecue. So it was actually very common in the 70s in PV to have these types of fireplaces. So in this case, it's taking up a lot of space, a lot of really valuable space, and we're going to remove it. So the fireplace is not structurally connected to the slab, but it is connected to the walls. So when we remove it, you're going to have this big open space, and it's a real important component to getting the owners the open floor plan that they want. So I want to talk a little bit about the vaulted ceilings in the great room. The purlins, they are deflecting at the ridge area, and also the beams that sit under the purlins, they're a little bit undersized and they're sagging. So we're going to replace the beams. I think it's a total of 5 beams here. And we're going to install a new beam over the kitchen opening and a new beam over the hallway opening. So in order to do that, we are going to transfer a lot of weight into these sections, so we have to do an underpinning. So you'll see that we cut out the slab and the guys are excavating the hole in preparation for the underpinning. Outside of the kitchen, there's a corner section that we have to excavate on both sides. So we're going to excavate it on the kitchen side and excavate it on the outside right by the window. Underpinning the existing foundation is a critical point when you're installing beams. Most of the time we underpin the foundation when we remove a wall and we put in a large PSL beam, because we're transferring all of the weight of the roof into these very concentrated areas. So underpinning is basically fortifying the foundation footings so that it can handle the concentrated weight in that area. As we progress through these videos, you'll see the guys demoing out the kitchens and the bathrooms. Demo normally takes about a week. This job is really big, so we'll probably have about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks worth of demo here. The demo is pretty extensive because not only are we demoing the old stuff, removing the wallpaper. By the way, a demo this big, you have to test for asbestos and lead, and you got to get a clean report from the testing company. If you do have asbestos, it has to be remediated before any of the workers can come in and do demolition. I want to talk a little bit about prepping the area in the bathrooms for tile. Let's go in the bathrooms and check out how we prep for tile work. We do old school tile work. That means we do it like master masons used to do it in the 30s. We will use a mortar bed as the tile backing, and what that allows us to do is have perfectly plumb and square surfaces to install the tile in the shower and in the bathtub area. So right now what we're doing is setting up the paper. Jerry's tacking on the paper onto the 2x4s, and in this other frame you'll see Don Jose is installing the mesh where the paper was already installed, and he's using the level to make sure that we have a nice straight line for the tile, because all of our tile jobs we use a metal edge. That's where we terminate all the tile. Unless you're using some old school tile that has coping and finished natural stone where we can actually shape the edges of the tile, Otherwise, we always terminate the tile on the metal edge, and that's what he's doing now. He's prepping that area to get a nice straight line to terminate the tile into the metal edge. The next steps are to start with the framing, get the beams in, work on the roof, and there's a lot of work to do. That means we're going to have a lot of really cool footage to share with you. So remember, if you want to learn more about remodeling, home additions, major renovations, kitchen and bathroom remodeling, go to baycitiesconstruction.com. You can always call our offices at 888-881-7355. My name is Alex with Bay Cities Construction. Reminding you, you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros.